A shalom to the hopeful elect. First and foremost, call Halayim Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who teach the truth and rule well. This is Brother Yatabia wa Allah coming back from the GMS SF Bay Area camp. And I got a quick lesson today. Lord's will is edifying, but basically going into, some of the characteristics of the so-called white man, which in the Bible, he's called the wicked. And as we see today, in the times we're living in, he's about to come down with great wrath, as it talks about in Revelation, the 12th chapter. We see everything being put forth. We're seeing the different laws. We're seeing the different draconian measures being put into place. We're seeing basically the last ditch effort of the so-called white man to keep his grip on rulership, and he's going to come down with great wrath, just like anybody. If they're about to lose something, and he's about to lose it forever, he's trying everything he can to keep his grip on power, and he's been given this power by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, as it says in Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, But see, with that power that he's been given, he wasn't able to be right. He wasn't able to rule right. So now he's being stripped of that power. So we're seeing that the end of the so-called white man's empire, But see, when we go through these different precepts, Lord's will is edifying, but it just goes to show you why this man is not supposed to rule, This is the reason why he can't be in power any longer. And I'm just going to start. This is Isaiah 26:10. It says, let favor be showed to the wicked. And wasn't rulership given into the wicked? Job 9:24. Actually, let me just get it because I'm quoting it. Job 9:24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof, if not wherein who is he yet? The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. This is the favor that has been showed to the wicked, And what has he done? Hey, this is another characteristic. He's covered the faces of the judges thereof. Hey, iconoclasm. We've done many lessons starting from our apostles and elders on down on the Renaissance period, the iconoclasm, the destroying of images and painting them back white, And it says, if not wherein, who is it yet? If it's not the so-called white man, who is it? Who else has done these things? Who else is given the earth right now? If you are honest and you do your research, you look, you understand who rules the world. And they go by different terms, the big bankers, the elite, the Illuminati, but it all goes back to what one tribe, one group of people, and that's the Edomites. And their top tribe is the Amalekites, which are the so-called Jews. The Rothschilds, the Gettys, the Rockefellers, This is who runs the world. No matter how much, different companies they have, how much different times they change their names, how much umbrella corporations they have, all the money goes back to these groups of these couple of groups of families that rule the world, But this is the power that's been given to them. This is the favor that's showed to him. But what does it say? Isaiah 26:10. Let favor be showed to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. So this man can't learn righteousness. Here it is. The righteousness, how to rule the earth in righteousness, is given, and it's contained in these scriptures. Hey, even when this man tried to establish this society over here in America, what was he using? He was using the Bible. But even with using the Bible, this man still can't get right. It says, in the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly. Hey, all over the world he's dealing unjustly. And how much more in the land of Israel? You got the so-called Jew over there right now, which is the Amalekites, the top tribe of Esau, Edom, the wicked. Now, what goes on over there? Do they follow the law? Do they believe in the Bible? Hey, their primary book is the Talmud, which is a wicked book. They have one of the biggest gay parades in the world over there, But these are the so-called children of Israel, as they say. But this is how we know this isn't it. That's not true. As the reason why they call themselves Jewish. And when we look into it, that's part of the covering the faces of the judges, them saying that they are the children of Israel, when really it's the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And how do we match that up? With the curses, Deuteronomy the 28th chapter, But it says, in the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Why? Because this man cannot believe in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. He is the wicked. He is the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. So what is he going to be? He's going to be an adversary. He's the devil, which is a deceiver. So he can't behold the majesty. He can't understand righteousness. He can't understand the ways of good, because this man literally is the embodiment of evil. He's the bad guy in the movie, and the elect are the good guys. The whole nation of Israel is the good guys, but primarily right now it's the elect. This is Psalms 50 and 16, and it says, but unto the wicked the Most High saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes? Or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth. And this is what he's trying to do. This is what he's done. Bringing the Bible over here, saying that they're Christians over there in the land of Israel, saying that they're the Jews. But what are they doing to declare the statutes? Are they following the law, statutes, and commandments? Did they follow the law, statutes, and commandments? No, because they are the wicked. What did they do when they came over here to this country? Raped, robbed, killed, murdered, to name a few, enslaved, This is what this man did. But here it is, he had the audacity to say that he believed in the Bible, Hey, but Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is asking, what is thou to do to declare my statutes? Because why? Actions speak louder than words. Faith is an action word. Here it is, you say you believe in the Most High. Well, hey, your belief is going to show forth works. Because what does it say? Faith without works is dead. Faith and works go hand in hand. Hey, so this man will say anything, but actions speak louder than words. It says, or that thou shouldest taketh my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction and casteth my words behind thee. And what is the ultimate instruction? What are the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai in these scriptures? The law, statutes, and commandments. And what did this man do? He set up his own system, his own penal code, his own constitution, Bill of Rights, amendments, which are constantly changing, to this day. What does he say? Homosexuality is a right. They have the right to marry. What does the scripture say? We don't even got to get it. We understand. We know. But this is why, the so-called white man is not right. He is the wicked, And what does it say you're supposed to do, to a homosexual? But here it is. You have the biggest gay parade in the land of Israel, Here it is. We're not supposed to make any cuttings in our flesh. But what are you trying to do? You're pushing that serpent juice, And you're about to make it mandatory. These are the type of things that show that this man is not in league with Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. He's not in league with the Bible, I'm going to grab this in Habakkuk real quick. 2 and verse 4 says, behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him. And why is he lifted up? Because he's been given this power. He's been given the earth for a time, and it's temporary. You have to understand and believe that it's temporary. Thus saith the scriptures, thus saith prophecy. And that's why he's doing everything he's doing, and he's getting worse, because his rule is about to end. But it says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. So his spirit isn't right. There's something wrong with this man. But the just shall live by his faith. It says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine. And what does this man push? Nothing but wine. Meaning these philosophies. Every which way there's something, contrary to the scriptures that this man's pushing. whether it be his democracy, his capitalism, his freedom of religion, do what thou wilt, you know, whatever, trust so-called science, you know, this is his transgression. He is a proud man, and who does that fit? You know, here it is. The Lord has a creation story, but that's not good enough. It's the Big Bang and evolution, which when you get into that, that's pure madness, man. But see, this is the pride of this man. It says, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell. And this man doesn't keep at home. Look at all the different countries he has. Look at all the puppet leaders he installs. Look at all the resources he takes from all these different countries. You know? Hey, this is Esau Edom. This is the wicked. His desire is hell and is as death and cannot be satisfied. You know, he's a greedy man, you know? It says, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. And he's doing the same thing, just like you know, in the Tower of Babylon, you know? That's why this place is called spiritual Babylon. It's nothing but confusion, and you have a whole bunch of different nations here gathered. And all, you know, by way of the so-called white man, trying to make them go in his way, to speak one language, you know? And that's what? The language of the wicked. It says, shall not all these take up a parable against them, and a taunting proverb against them, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, how long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. And that's all that he's doing, you know, specifically this country in America, you know, lading himself with thick clay, printing all this fiat money, debt notes, you know, that's that thick clay. You know, what is it? The national debt is in the trillions of dollars. And what does it say? Woe to him, destruction. That's why this place is going to be destroyed, you know. I'm going to grab this real quick. In Job 30 and verse 1, it says, but now they, you know, I'll read a little bit of it, but, you know, it goes to show, you know, the characteristics of the so-called white man. But it says, but now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. And who is this talking about? If you can receive it, it's talking about the Edomites. You know, these same people, they used to be, you know, basically cavemen. You know, we had to civilize them. And it says, I would have disdained to have set the dogs of my flock. So, hey, Job didn't even want them, you know, chilling with the dogs. That's how wicked this man is, you know? But here it is. He's been given that power to rule. And this is why the scripture says, never trust thine enemy. Because, hey, the Lord is about to let him go loose, you know, and it's all to fulfill prophecy. But see, you have to understand, this is who we're dealing with, you know. This isn't the highest IQ. This isn't where civilization started, you know. This man is the wicked. It says, yea, whereunto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished. For want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness, in former time desolate and waste. This is what had happened to the so-called white man, who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. This man was literally eating roots, you know. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief, to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in caves of the earth, and in the rocks. Now, who does this fit? If you understand words like our apostles and elders have told us to go into these words, you go into the word Caucasian, which literally means cave dweller. Now, what is this describing? These are describing the so-called Caucasians, the Edomites. It says, among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together, and you know, talking like a damn monkey, you know, grunting. You know, I shouldn't even say a monkey. They were literally grunting, you know. It says they were children of fools, yea, children of base men. You know, the base men. They were viler than the earth. And this is who's in control. Base men. This is the basest of all the base heathens. You know, viler than the earth. And this is who's in control, and this is who's about to come down with great wrath. It says, and now am I their song, yea, am I their byword? They abhor me, they flee far from me, and spare not to spit in my face. You know, and this is the position that we were put in because we went off, you know. But see, this goes to show the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, how he can bring a nation as low as the so-called white man, the Edomites, and put them up in a high position, you know. And in Tawadi Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, because he's about to do a switcheroo, you know, and put us in that back in that high position, and put these Edomites back in their base position, you know. But I'm going to end off on here. This is Isaiah. Psalms 10. And I'll just start from the top. It says, why standest thou far off, O Lord? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? It says, the wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. And this is what this man's doing, you know. And it's about to be heavy. It's about to get even worse, you know. And you can see it, you know, this so-called jab mandate, you know, serpent juice mandate. You know, who is the number one people that aren't with it? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you know. So who is he going to go after? The same people. He's about to persecute the poor. It says, let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined, for the wicked boast of his heart's desire, and blessed the covetous whom the Lord abhorreth. And this is the so-called white man, you know. This is what he does. He puts up, you know, things that are abhorred by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, you know. He promotes things that are abhorred by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Verse 4, the wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. So here it is. You're trusting in a man who doesn't believe in God, who doesn't believe in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, who might say he does. Hey, but that's why the scripture says, never trust thine enemy, because this man is a liar. You know, this is the pride. He's not seeking after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. So you think he's going to have your best intentions in his mind? This man don't believe. He doesn't have morals. You know, we read in Job what this man literally is. He's a base man. But here it is. You're trusting in his so-called science. You're trusting, you know, in what he's established, when all this stuff is low level, you know. Like in the words of my brother Kanak, it's low level, you know. and he's about to be taken out of power. You know, but how can you trust a man who doesn't have the Most High in his thoughts? You know. It says his ways are always grievous. You know, who does that fit? Look at this man's law system. Look at the different things and loopholes and, you know, amendments and just the hell that he puts on the people just by his law system, you know. You literally got to pay an arm and a leg for a lawyer to just interpret the law. And at the end of the day, it's all opinion. They could say, oh, this is my opinion of the law. And then you could say, oh, this is my opinion of the law. And you could just go, you know, to court for years at a time, you know. But this man's able to get away with everything. It says, thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. He has said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. And this is the pride of the so-called white man. You know, this is why he's doing what he's doing, and he's coming down with great wrath, because he doesn't think he's going to be touched, you know. It says his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. And this is the so-called white man. You know, he's deceitful, he's fraudulent, he's the devil. You know, and underneath his tongue is mischief and vanity. You know, him promoting the serpent juice is all mischief, you know. And you know, there's plenty of videos that are coming out that to show that, hey, whatever's in that serpent juice, you know, it's going to be revealed, you know. And they might try and disguise it as another variant, you know, some other, you know, pestilence. Hey, but the whole time it was the serpent juice, you know. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, In the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privately set against the poor, and he does this privately. You know, he sits in the secret places. You know, he does this by way of his witchcraft. But literally, he's murdering the innocent. You know? It says, he lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. And that's what you see perfectly. You know? This man's witchcraft, this man's propaganda machine, this man's so-called science, this man's so-called philosophies, you know, is catching the poor. You know? It says, he croucheth and humbleth himself that the poor may fall by his strong ones. He has said in his heart, the Most High hath forgotten. He hiddeth his face, he will never see it. Which this man fails to see that the Lord sees everything, you know. And what is the prayer? Verse 12, arise, O Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, O power, lift up thine hand, forget not the humble, you know. And this is what we're asking, you know. This is who our faith is in, because we believe in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, unlike the so-called white man, you know. And we understand prophecy that this man's not going to prevail, you know. But yeah, you know, that's pretty much it. You know, I think the point has been made. You know, this is just, you know, a few words on the wicked, you know, a few characteristics to show that, you know, yes, this man is in power. Yes, this man is the Edomite. Yes, this man is the so-called white man, you know. And as you can see, this man is viler than the earth. You know, he doesn't believe. He has no faith. He doesn't fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. But here it is, you have the majority of our people trusting in him, you know, wanting this place to go back to normal, which is a system that he created, which is established on what? On lies, on murder, you know, on thievery, you know, and it's about to get a whole lot worse. The devil is about to show his horns, you know, and hey, the Lord is letting the left hand loose, you know. And you know, when you go into the scriptures and you understand it's prophecy, you understand that the 2/3 had it coming, you know. But nonetheless, you know, we see that who the so-called white man is, you know, who his real identity is. And he's a base man. And this base man is about to be let loose, you know. Hey, but Lord's will, this is edifying. Once again, call Haloim Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai Ba'Hashem Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect and above all.